I am Nazan here on Nazan Visions. So fibromyalgia. So people have been asking me recently, how is your fibromyalgia? And I have been stumbling over my words trying to answer because I don't know how to answer that. It's pretty debilitating, and we're so used to saying, oh, I'm okay, yeah, everything's fine. But yeah, fibromyalgia it's pretty rough, but I'm not here to talk about the negative side of it, although I would like to acknowledge that. I'm here to talk about the management of fibromyalgia and the hope and faith that we can have in life, even with having this condition. So let's start a few years back. So just to recap on the story, on my fibro story, it was around, I think it was in 2020, just when lockdown had happened. I had this shooting pain from my knees down to my feet. From what I remember, it was just like a feeling of my legs feeling weighted, like it was hard to walk upstairs. I remember going to like a safari park thing with my friend, and I just like, I saw the stairs there and I was like, Lucy, I don't know how I'm going to walk up those stairs. Like I've really struggled to walk. Every step felt weighted, like I was carrying tons and tons and tons of weight, and it hurt, and I thought this pain would go away. I thought maybe I'd been sitting on my desk quite a lot and my knees were compressed, and that the pain would go away. I was doing all these holistic remedies, like wrapping my legs in nettle, not like in nettle, but not in its stinging form. It was boiled. And as a holistic remedy, and nothing would soothe the pain. Yeah, I started getting like restless legs, and it just got worse and worse. And then eventually the pain travelled around my entire body. It was just like an aching, draping fatigue, weighted feeling over me. And obviously that affects your mood and can lead to depression and anxiety and hopelessness, because you know it draws you away from seeing people and having faith in your purpose in life, and it makes you question like why you're here and why you're experiencing this. It was really difficult because I didn't know what was going on, but obviously we've got the internet, and it was obvious after so many tests and like blood tests and scans, there was nothing coming up, it was all clear. And they rule that out as fibromyalgia because they don't know what else to name it. It doesn't show up on scans. Yeah, the weird thing is, if this was happening probably like 100 years ago, I'd probably be sectioned, because women with fibromyalgia used to be sectioned. They used to call it hysteria, which is crazy. That's mental. That is mental. And I think that subtly still exists today, like the way that doctors talk to you, and like they almost say, if they haven't already, that you're making it up, that it's all in your head. And that's really difficult to deal with as well, because yeah, I mean, I'm such a firm believer in the way you speak manifests into reality. Like if you say you're in pain, your brain believes that you're in pain. If you keep saying you're in pain, you'll be in pain for a long time. And if you keep saying you're fatigued and everywhere's aching, then your brain's just gonna feed that back to you. And affirmations and positive talk have been a pillar in managing my fibromyalgia, but it doesn't take away from having it. And yeah, here I am, a few years on, so 4 years on, and I've tried everything under the sun, like holistic treatments and medications, which I feel quite opposed to because they just give you antidepressants. And not going down that road again. No, can't trick me. Yeah, I teach yoga now and I love it because it really helps manage my pain and my symptoms every morning, and incorporating in the meditations. The breath work has been a huge pillar in, I want to say the word recovery, because I am able to manage my fibromyalgia now, and it has been the biggest treatment, breath work. That's what happened 4 years back, and then I had all the scans, and then I finally got diagnosed in July 2021. And when I got my diagnosis, I felt like I was sort of putting the word into their mouth, saying, so seeing a rheumatologist, that's who you see, and I was like, look, this condition has these symptoms, I don't have these symptoms, do I have this? And they were like testing the points in my body, I think they're called tender points, and just running through my symptoms and stuff, and I think to meet the criteria you need to have a certain amount of tender or painful points in your body, and I met that, which is kind of all over. And then yeah, got my diagnosis. I left feeling quite sad, like, oh, not another condition, like it's enough being blind and now I've got fibromyalgia. So at first I went through that grieving process like I did with my sight loss, but I feel like my sight loss prepared me because I've gone through this process of grieving much quicker than I did with my sight loss growing up. So yeah, all the stages, the anger, the in denial, the depression, and just, yeah, having this label now that I had to manage and deal with. I've tried physio, osteopathy, chiropractors, and massage and saunas really help, baths and cold plunges. I'm yet to try other holistic things, but it's just constant. It's constant. But the main thing is, so I'm not going to say any one of these work. Like, don't go and spend lots of money on treatment. Just find something that you feel cool to try and see if it works. I definitely recommend saunas and baths and cold plunges, massage, but not deep massage, because sometimes when the person massaging goes quite deep into the muscles, it can have a counter effect and leave you feeling bruised almost because of the pain sensitivity that people with fibromyalgia have, or I have even. So you want to go for like a subtle one that maybe gets deeper into the bits that are really painful, but not all over, because then, yeah, you'll leave that place feeling not good. I found that anyway with my sensitivities. So with fibro and with the fatigue, my senses have been quite out of control. So my sense of hearing has become so heightened that it's sort of affecting my sleep. So comes with fibromyalgia, comes with insomnia, and yeah, it can be quite a vicious cycle, and mostly women are diagnosed with it. It's very common, but men also are diagnosed with it, and yeah, I think we have to be careful what we read about this or how we label ourselves. For example, saying you have a disability might feed into your brain as, or your brain might interpret that as, I am disabled in a way that I can't do anything, I have no ability. But that is not the case. Society has given that label, and we are abled in different ways. We just need to find ways to manage and explore and discover the gifts that we have with our conditions. You know, fibromyalgia is also a protective mechanism for your body in a lot of cases, or if I could speak from my personal experiences, the stresses that I faced throughout my life, the injustice, the inequalities, the bullying, just so much has put my body into a constant sympathetic dominance, into fight or flight. And that's not going to be forever. I manage through my yoga, through my breath work, through all these holistic modalities. But yeah, see, this is brain fog as well. See, I lost track of what I was saying. Another fibro symptom. What was I saying? Fibromyalgia is also a protective mechanism. So all the stresses that you go through, and you keep putting yourself through, because, you know, a lot of this is within the choices that you make. If you're constantly finding yourself in cycles of toxic relationships, which I had, and just toxic ways of being, like reacting, I always used to respond with anger. That hurts you, that hurts your soul, your internal organs, and self-harming, of like hurting yourself. Negative thoughts and beliefs about yourself is also a form of self-harm. This in turn has the power to shut your nervous system down, and I feel like, even though I can't pinpoint why I have this, because it also could be from a virus, it could be long COVID, I don't know. Brain fog. Yeah, your body is just protecting you ultimately, and in a lot of ways I'm quite grateful for my fibromyalgia. I used to be in a band, and I wouldn't stop doing multiple different projects all at once. And I remember at university when I organised and facilitated a fundraising event to raise money for guide dogs. I was hosting the event, I was organising everything, I was performing at the event, I was marketing, promoting, inviting people, and getting all sorts of people involved. It was a lot to take on, along with the band I was in, managing that, and writing, and just doing coursework, and meeting deadlines at university, and just managing life. All of that added up, and I remember just having I just was literally throwing up a week before, I think, and I had a kidney infection because I was just driving my body out of its optimal state of being, and I was just overriding everything that it was telling me to stop. Like, I had panic attacks a lot back then. The anxiety was a massive symptom. It was my body trying to communicate with me, but the more you don't listen, the more your body will help support you to listen. So that I feel is a maybe a reason or a meaning of some sort behind my fibro, behind the fatigue that I feel. It's your body trying to communicate with you in the way that it can, and symptoms that arise are just messages, they're voices trying to talk to you. So I'm more able to tune in with that now. I'm more intuitive because I've allowed that space for my body to rest when it needs to, because I literally can't not rest if I feel like I can't get out of bed or go outside, or but saying that, I find that a routine really helps. Like, I really benefit from a walk every day. Even if my body is saying you can't get out of bed, I do that. I override that, and I do my stretches, and I have my cacao, and I go for my walk, maybe go to a yoga class. It's difficult because obviously, yes, listen to your body, but if you listen to your body all the time when you have something like fibromyalgia or long COVID or chronic fatigue, then your brain will think that that's your state of being. So practicing things like yoga, things like reaffirming like positive beliefs, turning your negative beliefs around, can really, really help. It takes a lot of energy to do that, to override negative beliefs and thoughts and emotions, especially when you're in pain, when you feel like there's a freaking weighted blanket on you all the time. But this is all a part of the recovery, the treatment, I want to say, to help manage. And yeah, I just want to be that person that speaks positively about the health condition that they have. It's okay to speak negatively about it. Like, everyone has their process and they're grieving around it. But accepting what you have and working with it can be so potent, so powerful in enhancing your quality of life. And it is possible. And yeah, my purpose, I guess, as a yoga instructor, I practice Reiki, I am soon to be sound healer. I just want to spread this message of healing, of self-healing, that it is possible. I think we're fed so much that, take this pill and you're treated. That is your treatment. And then that wears off. Okay, take this pill, that wears off, even if it works for a while, and then they up the dosages of the pills, and then you find yourself being hooked on drugs and finding yourself back at the beginning, which is so disempowering. And if it helps you, it helps you. But I've tried it, and I'm speaking completely from my personal experience and experiences that I've seen of how damaging the sort of Western view on healing can be. And I think if you feel empowered and in control of what you're taking, and if you're supplementing with alternative things like breath work, like stretching, like walking in nature, it's okay. It's worth thinking about, like analysing and observing, reflecting on what is helping you, what do you find helps you, because it is unique, it is personal. I can't prescribe, I can just advise and suggest from my personal experience. Sometimes having these labels can be good and bad. It can be relieving, but then your brain tends to believe the label so much that they act up towards it. Like they were really reluctant to give me the chronic fatigue diagnosis, which I think is okay, because I feel like I would have just used that as an excuse for everything. Like in terms of everything. we tend to Google things quite a lot, and even the symptoms that we don't have, under that label, your brain believes it and starts creating it in a way. I'm a true believer in manifestation and abracadabra. My friend Sammy the other day, she said abracadabra means, its Hebrew translation is, wait for it, I wrote this down somewhere in here. Okay, abracadabra, I create what I speak. It's true. It's true. All the words that come out of your mouth are like prayers. So be careful the way that you speak to yourself and others, because your words hold so much power. And true believer in self-healing. There's books I can recommend. But yes, your words hold so much power. Just have a moment to think about it. Abracadabra, your words have so much power. I create what I speak. And in general, people with health conditions, with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, it's so important to allow that space so that you can connect with yourself. There's so much noise in the external world. Take 5 minutes a day to just connect. Maybe putting on some music in the background and breathing, noticing the sensations of your body and what it's communicating with you, because those voices are asking you to help nourish the symptoms, the sensations. Ask your body, what do you need? And see what happens when you allow that space for yourself, if you can. Yes, here I am. I might do more of these videos. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Don't lose faith in yourself. You've got this. And I know it's a tough journey. I know that it's really, really difficult and challenging at times. My physio actually said the other day, it's like a story that his friend told him. He said something along the lines of, a sailor doesn't learn to be a good sailor on calm waters. They learn to be a brilliant sailor on, their turbulent terrain in the waters, something like that. So these challenges help build us, help strengthen us, help make us resilient. And if we can cultivate some positive energy with that and allow that to ripple outwards, we can not only help heal ourselves, but the people around us, and give them hope and inspiration as well. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions at all in regards to sight loss management, fibromyalgia management, or what sort of videos you'd like to see in terms of yoga and meditation, maybe to do with these conditions, any questions at all, please do comment. Or if you'd like to share your own story, that is also welcome. That's happened before on my sight loss video that I uploaded years ago. It's still happening, people are still commenting, and I love reading your comments and hearing how maybe this video may have helped you, or what else you'd like to see me talk about and share. That's it from me. If you'd like to subscribe, please do, if you found this video useful, or if you'd like to share with anyone else. And I do have some somatic and fatigue related videos on my channel, and the meditations as well. I'll be uploading more soon, and more and more and more. More is to come, but I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for watching, and take care.